It's been out for a couple of months now, but Cobra Kai, the follow-up to the Karate Kid movies, one of YouTube Red's original TV series that's actually worth seeing, is out now. We've watched it, and that's what we're going to talk about in this week's episode of the Legends of Podcasting. Now, joining me in the Wave Rider, as usual, are
Rob and Ross.
And somewhere in the background is Stuart. Say hi, Stuart.
Who's sulking because he doesn't want to watch it.
And I'm Liam, and this is the Legends of Podcasting. All right, so this, we're going to move straight ahead here. So, as the write-up here says, this is a television series. Cobra Kai is a television series that takes place 34 years after the original film and follows the reopening of the Cobra Kai Karate Dojo by Johnny Lawrence and the rekindling of his old rivalry with Daniel LaRusso. So, this was a series that I don't think anyone ever imagined would happen. I don't know about you guys, but I never thought like we'd end up with a Cobra Kai TV series.
When you first mentioned it, I was like, why? Why?
And the potential of it is just like, there's so much potential for this to be terrible, you know, and the idea of this Cobra Kai TV series, like, just not to work. But I watched that series. Like I signed up for YouTube Red so's to see it, and found myself just binge watching this like the whole season.
I think you and I were the same, Ross, weren't we? I like you say, the Karate Kid films for me, I watched them when I was younger, but they weren't as integral as my childhood as some people's. So, like you say, when the TV series was announced, I was quite skeptical about it, and I watched the first 2 episodes, and like you say, I was hooked. It's just
At the end of the first one, starting into the second episode, I was hooked, and I watched all 10 back to back. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. And the length of it, I mean, the episodes are all short as well. They're all under 30 minutes.
Half an hour,
Yeah. Which makes it even more, you're even increases that need to just binge watch it because it's so short compared to like everything else that we watch now. So used to shows being 45-minute episodes. So short and just written so well. And I thought it was, I've had this discussion with my wife, she kind of disagrees with me on this, but with the storyline here, that in the original Karate Kid movies, Daniel is obviously the hero. He's the person that's going through that hero's journey throughout each of the movies, and he's the guy you're rooting for. And in the original movie, Johnny is the bad guy. I feel that in this Cobra Kai series, they've switched it because Johnny is the hero of this story. He's the guy who's down and out on his luck, and this is him getting his life back together and trying to sort his life out. And that's the journey you're going through. And if you look, you look at the layout of the story throughout the seasons, and you compare it with the actual story arc from the original Karate Kid movie, you can see it's practically the same arc, but it's put Johnny in the place of Daniel, which I think is kind of cool. And they've also made Daniel the guy who is such a nice guy. They made him a jerk in this show.
It's put Johnny in the place of I don't know. It's a kind of mix between Mr. Miyagi and
it's a redemption arc for him.
Yeah,
following on. He's like, you can tell from the first couple of episodes, his life's obviously gone downhill a bit. Whether that's it's not as a result of him losing a karate tournament, but that's just the way his life's turned out.
Yeah.
Whereas Danny's gone on to success and fortune, and he kind of resents that bit. I don't see Danny as a villain in this. He's kind of lost his way a bit, and he finds redemption himself a little bit through it. But he is standing in the way of Johnny trying to achieve what he's trying to achieve throughout the series. But it's more of a case of their personal enmity towards each other from their old rivalry, less more than anything else. But that side we're making it sound really serious when the show itself is just a blast. It's so cheesy, but it works so well because they basically taken everything that was great about the 80s and transplanted it into the mid 2000s. The cinematography is brilliant. The soundtrack is amazing. It's well on point.
It comes in at exactly the right moments when you want it to.
And there's just so many bits and pieces in it that are great. Like I think one of my favourite scenes in the entire series is when Danny's cousin tries to blow up the car after Johnny's had a bit of a falling out with him, and then Johnny goes to Danny's house, and they're about to have a fight on the patio, and his wife just comes out and slaps him and goes, "What the f*** are you guys doing?" And then they're both in there eating breakfast, and then they go to get a new car, and then they spend the entire day getting drunk and bonding, and it's just...
I think my favourite bit is when Johnny's kid, what's his name?
Robbie.
Robbie, yeah. He's like been training for a good week or two with Danny. And he's like, what am I doing? And then he teaches him, like, wax the car, keep the
a whole
windows.
montage of him working in the car garage where he's
and then he
the
just looks at the camera and goes, I love this part. It's so good.
And I love the bit in the last tournament when Robbie got hurt and Daniel's seeing him backstage,
yes.
And then he claps his hands, rubs them. As
and
if
you think,
Mr.
Miyagi taught him the secret.
Wait a minute.
He goes, right, let's call a medic.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
But yeah, I mean, they're doing quite a good. I think the characterization of Johnny in particular, with the man who was down on his luck and is still a bit of a villain. He's reforming the Cobra Kai dojo the way he knows how, but it's clear from the end of the series when Miguel is going down the dark path that he wants to try and change that a bit.
The thing I really liked about it was when you watch it, Miguel looks so much like Daniel LaRusso. You think, okay, right, they're kind of repeating it. But the show kind of is telling you what would happen if Daniel in the original movie had joined the Cobra Kai, taught by Reese, and if Johnny had been taught by Mr. Miyagi. It's kind of like a switch on what would happen.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
What would happen if they were taught by the different masters? That's what it felt like to me, which I really liked.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, one of the things it also shows is that Johnny, and I've gone back, like, after watching that, I then found myself going back and rewatching Karate Kid 1 and 3, because that's the real Cobra Kai ones. To see it, and you can see that Johnny isn't really. I mean, even in Karate Kid 1, like, Johnny's not actually the bad guy. It's it is Reese is the bad guy. Johnny's just misguided, and he got the wrong teacher, is what that is, and that's shown. They really emphasize that in this series, Cobra Kai, that Johnny he's a nice guy, and he's just he would make some bad decisions and ended up with the wrong guy. But then that's the end of the last episode, and we see that Reese is back. So going to be interesting to see how the next season goes.
Definitely, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Do we actually know when that is out? Have they announced any kind of time?
I don't know, but the reception it seems to be getting from people like us is that it's been great. So I definitely think they're going to pick it up again. So at least a year, I would have thought, because I think they just pushed this one out to get it sorted. But,
from what I've seen, there's been nothing but like rave reviews of Cobra Kai. Like, everyone has just said, like, this is fantastic. And within the first week of it, I think it was within the first week of it being released, they announced that they were doing a season 2. The thing that gets me is, like, so this Cobra Kai series is being launched on YouTube Red. So this is YouTube's making their push for original programming, and them trying to do their own kind of paid version of YouTube. And so the thing for me is, like, I then looked, I watched it. And then afterwards, like, all right, well, I'll look at what the other programming is that's on YouTube Red. And in my opinion, everything else is garbage. And this is the only worthwhile thing on YouTube Red. Like, there's nothing else on there that you would pay to watch. So, I'm glad they offered the free trial. So I did the free trial and I cancelled. And I'm fine. I'm just stuck that when season 2 comes around, I've already used up my free trial, so I'm going to be stuck paying for a month.
Well, maybe they'll take this as a wake-up call to get some decent programming on there, because it's clear that they've got the main cast back for this. They're having fun filming this. You can tell it's them having a good time making it.
I was shocked when the mother came back.
Yeah.
Oh god, she's in it
the
as
same
well.
actress. They've got everyone from the original films back in it. And they're doing some interesting things. Like I'm quite interested to see where Robbie's going to go in the next season.
Yes.
The whole training montage they did with him in the forest was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Samantha is like.
Because she's sort of had she's sort of in the background.
She's been trained from a young age, but then gave up. Yeah. And now she's got the bug again. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. It's going to be like a three-way, pretty much, between them three.
Yeah, what I would really like to see the cameo, I'd really love it if they could have some kind of cameo at a point with of Hilary Swank from the next Karate Kid, she was Julie was her character, but she was a friend of Miyagi. She got trained by Miyagi, as did Daniel, and Miyagi's dead in the series. So I think it would be cool to have some kind of, just like they had the mother, Daniel's mum, make a little cameo appearance. I think it would be cool if they could just get Hilary Swank to come back,
Will Smith is producing, so if you're not careful, Jaden Smith will wander through the cast list, and you'll have Jackie Chan in there as well.
we don't need that.
I would like to see. I can't remember his first name, but Mr. Silver from the third one. The billionaire.
Oh yeah.
With the ponytail.
Yeah.
He'd be quite good to come in after Reese. Maybe Reese gets. I don't know.
That would be brilliant.
Goes back to him again and kind of. Yeah, because he said in the third one he was going to buy a load of Cobra Kai dojos in the valley, wasn't he? But he never did, so, maybe this
now I want that as well, yeah. That would be great. Get him to come back in with Reese so he finds out that the Cobra Kai dojo is back and doing well. He wants a piece of that pie.
It's doing well, but you can tell from the end of the series when Miguel knocks Robbie out of the tournament that Danny's had a realization that Johnny's teaching them wrong.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see a reformation of the Cobra Kai dojo into something new.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got Danny's gone back to Mr. Miyagi's house and is pulling the old sort of Miyagi-Do karate style back into.
And I felt
I kind of wonder if the two of them are going to start sort of form their own school together.
Go against maybe Reese has got his another school or something, or he'll take over Cobra Kai and teach them all wrong. Johnny will realise, and Johnny will take his students to Mr. Miyagi's house with Daniel.
Yeah.
Those will become a new Miyagi dojo, and then they'll fight Reese's new blood or something. That'd be quite cool. So I would like to see, after they were at the bar, sort of becoming buddies, Johnny and Danny.
That's
I kind of want them to stay friends. I don't want them to have the rivalry. I don't know.
That was great. Them as friends, like when they became friends at that point, you're like, this is great. This was really cool. Yeah. That was really satisfying.
There were loads of scenes like that throughout the course of the series. That was the big bonding moment. But whenever they got together, there was like tension they were going to fight, and then they sort of got on with their differences. And it's just little things that kept getting in the way.
Yeah,
it's just That's why I say it's a pure slice of gorgonzola, because it's so cliche, but in the best possible way.
Yeah,
and it works so well. I think as a series,
it's just pure entertainment.
It is.
There's nothing to not like about it. It was just fun from start to finish.
And they've gotten around the issue of one of my major bugbears with martial arts movies. I'm a massive martial arts movie fan. Is they never film fights correctly.
Yeah.
And the filmography and choreography in this is great.
Yeah.
It's spot on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the Cobra Kai series on YouTube Red, the follow-up to the Karate Kid movie series. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, check it out. You won't regret it. This is one of those few TV series which is just solid. There's nothing you can really find fault with. So recommend it. If you have seen it, tell us about it in the comments. What do you guys like about it? Let us know. And don't forget, you can follow us across, you find our podcast, Legends of Podcasting. We're all across social media and anywhere where podcasts live. So wherever you found this one that you're listening to right now, just be sure to click that subscribe button. So that's it from me. And you guys?
No mercy from us.
No mercy.
Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai.